For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
What underpins a world order is always the financial system. I was very privileged. My father was an advisor to Nixon when they came off the gold standard in '71, and so I was brought up with a kind of inside view of how very important the financial structure is to absolutely everything else. And what we're seeing in the world today, I think, is we are on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new one, the new accounting, is what we call blockchain. It means digital. It means having a almost perfect record of every single transaction that happens in the economy, which will give us far greater clarity over what's going on. It also raises huge dangers in terms of the balance of power between states and citizens. In my opinion, we're going to need a digital constitution of human rights if we're going to have digital money.
What should we do? Well, introduce digital cyber currency that central banks issue and control, and thereby gain total control over all economic transactions, decisions, and the whole lot you've just heard from the CEO of the GDI. So the greatest concentration of central banking power in history is really the bid they're aiming at. That's the central bank's goal. And of course, digital accounts of dissenters and regime critics could be switched off. It'd be very difficult to even purchase necessities. So this is an Orwellian dystopia of total control, the end of any freedoms. That's really what central banks are aiming at. Several central banks have, like the Bank of England, already prepared their microchip implant RFID to be implanted under your skin.
All money will be in your express, and so instead of having cash, anytime you have money in your express, they can take out whatever they want to take out whenever they want to. If they say you owe us this much money in taxes, they just deduct it out of your express digitally. Total control. Total control.
There's three aspects to this new world order. A new world economic order in which a computer will be injected into our hands or foreheads as a means to track, control, and identify us, and will also be used to make our purchases.
The microchip implants use the same technology that's in contactless credit cards, which have made cash pretty much obsolete.
This is the mark of the beast.
May finally be going mainstream, spurred in part by the billion-dollar public debut of Circle, the issuer of stablecoin USDC, and the passage of the stablecoin legislation drafted by the Senate, dubbed the Genius Act.
The yeas are 68, the nays are 30. The bill as amended is passed.
Big finance players are getting in on the action. Coinbase, which earns half of the revenue generated by USDC, launched a new partnership with payment platform Stripe and e-commerce giant Shopify to bring USDC payments to merchants around the world. JP Morgan announced its own stablecoin-like product called JPMD. Payments firm Fiserv announced a stablecoin to pair with the 90 billion transactions that it processes every year. And even Walmart and Amazon are reportedly looking into their own tokens. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says the launch of these dollar-peg stablecoins could unlock a $2 trillion market.
We are a payments company, and we saw the potential of this technology to bring the next generation of payment rails. We didn't know whether it was going to play out or not, but it was absolutely too important for a payments company not to have a horse in the race.
Cards were this whole new money movement platform that were created many decades ago, and they've created trillions of new economic value, and we think that stablecoins will do the same.
This is moving into a mark of the beast system, which is not a currency system, it's a control system. So it's the end of currencies, is what they're proposing.
In some way, shape, or form. We don't know exactly what it's going to look like, but that's what they're working towards.
Well, if you look at the planning and the design and the competition, it's fluid right now. there's competition over what the design will be. It was very interesting. I won't bore you with all the details, but I had an incredible experience in Denmark a year ago, and I was trying to figure out what's going on in Denmark. They had one of the tech firms in Denmark was being paid by the U.S. Navy to come up with a chip that could be implanted in the human body that would integrate with Ripple.
Yeah.
So Ripple is a crypto, and it's one that's gotten a lot of promotion from the American establishment, in my experience, just my impression. So why is the U.S. Navy paying a Danish tech company to come up with an implantable push that will integrate with Ripple?
Big news. Ripple has officially applied for a national banking license in the U.S. This isn't just a headline. It's a shift in the entire XRP ecosystem. Ripple's not just building corridors anymore. They're building financial infrastructure. With Ripple Dollar as the stablecoin and XRP as the bridge, the goal is clear: become the core of a new financial system. They've applied to the OCC for bank status and to the Federal Reserve for a master account. That would let Ripple integrate directly into Fed payment systems and hold reserves at the central bank,